All right, Stephen A., you often say on this show that America is the land of second chances. Does Sterling deserve a second chance?
Hell no. And that's what I said. And I stand by that emphatically. Absolutely not. Number one, because I don't believe he's contrite or apologetic in any way. Number two, because it's not the first time. It's just the first time we've heard it on tape. If you listen to Baron Davis, if you see the racial discrimination case that was brought against him by the Department of Justice, the one that was settled out of court, by the way, if you look at the bevy of instances that have been associated with his name, it certainly wasn't a reason to confiscate ownership of the Clippers from him. But now that he's received the lifetime ban, I don't think there's any question that he has to go. And when we use the word forgiveness, let's understand something. And Mr. Sterling needs to understand this. Nobody's sitting at home this way. I am a black man. I do not hate you. I do not wish ill will upon you. I'm just simply saying that you have no business being an owner of an NBA franchise in a league that is 80% black, when you clearly have a plantation mentality, plantation owner mentality. You listen to some of the quotes that he talked about. These houses, the cars, the money. Would they have this if I did not give that to them? You know what? I don't care if you're seen with these guys. But do you have to take pictures around them? Don't take pictures with them and don't bring them to my game. And oh, by the way, while he was saying all of that stuff, he literally asked the question incredulously, what does being around black people do for you? I mean, what purpose does it serve? Listen to the things that he was saying. This is not somebody that used or spewed the N-word or whatever the case. Look, those mistakes happen. Slippage of the tongue, you get mad, you get emotional, you say the wrong things. As long as you're sincere in your contrition, I'm all for the land of second chances. We are talking about an 80-year-old man that's a billionaire that has had this mentality that I know from sources in Los Angeles that I've spoken to, where you've had people who were in his inner circle, who hung out with them on the golf course and things of that nature, that's saying, what's the matter with you? You can't say these kind of things. What are you crazy? We've got the great, and I do mean the great Larry King, a voice on CNN for a quarter century that was being interviewed and literally said, yeah, we've been at parties together and things like that. Nobody likes him. Nobody talked to him. Everybody was uncomfortable with him. This is stuff that's on the record. So it's not about a mistake. It's about who you are. It's who he is. It's how he feels. And there have been a bevy of players that mentioned it. Baron Davis went out of his way to try to bring it to our attention. Jamel Hill, Bomani Jones wrote columns about it. It is what it is. No way. No, in terms of second chance, what you need a second chance for? You bought the team for $12 to $15 million. You're going to get $1 billion. Nobody's taking your money away from you. We just don't want you to be a part of a black product. He doesn't need that. He doesn't need to be a part of that. No way. No second chance.
I agree wholeheartedly with everything you just said, but I'm going to take you back to Riley Cooper. And I differed with you. You lost me in your response to Riley Cooper, whom you did think deserved a second chance when I did not. Remember, I said the Eagles should cut Riley Cooper on the spot. I'm not even sure they punished him at all. They sent him off on a little vacation for a couple days. I don't even know, was there some nominal fine? We don't even know what happened, but I'm not sure he got punished. And yet, to me, by my standards, what he said was as bad as what Donald Sterling said, and both were caught on tape, on cell phone video and cell phone camera or recorder. So Riley Cooper went one more step. He used the most evil word in the English language, the N-word. He said, I'll fight every N in this place. And you were okay with that because he seemed contrite. And I said, no, he revealed his heart to you. Intoxicated or not, maybe it was a truth serum, he revealed his heart to you and to America, even though it was caught in a cell phone video that he didn't even know was being recorded at that point, just as Donald Sterling did not know. But Stephen A., it got out there. It offended me greatly and deeply. I think it offended a lot of the black players in the locker room. But finally, with Michael Vick as their leader, they shrugged and said, well, let's go on for the sake of the Eagles and for the football team, because they thought they could have a good year. And Riley Cooper had a really good year. But I don't get how one goes with the other.
All right. Skip Bayless, first of all, please don't ever mistake my willingness to give someone a second chance as being okay with what they said. I talked about how Riley Cooper should have been suspended. I talked about that. But I also acknowledge that if he apologized and I thought he was sincere in his apology, let's move forward. He should not have said what he said. It should not have happened. The fact that it did alienated him from his teammates and what have you. I thought the punishment on the Eagles should have been more significant than it was. I was on the record for saying that. But in the end, you're at a country music concert. You're drinking a little bit. You spew something you should not have spewed. I don't think it should ruin your life. I don't believe that. And I don't equate Riley Cooper using the N-word with what I heard from Donald Sterling. What I heard from Donald Sterling was ingrained, innate beliefs about black folks essentially being an inferior race of people. What I saw in Riley Cooper was a dude that was ticked off, possibly inebriated at a country music concert and spewed the N-word. That's two entirely different scenarios to me.